Hello, everyone, and welcome to tonight's episode of Tales of the Skytorn. My name is Brandon Ross. I am your host and dungeon master, game master, storyteller, whatever title you want to give the individual that sits in this chair. We're not picky here. I am thankfully and gladly surrounded at this virtual tabletop by some incredible players. As you can notice, there is somebody missing. Unfortunately, our savvy and quick-witted Cloud Ocean sailor Trakix will not be with us for some time. But until he gets back, you will be greatly missed. Until then, I have a special long-term guest to introduce later on tonight, which is going to be a lot of fun. Oh, you guys have nothing to worry about. It's okay.
Mm-hmm.
just the this is fine gif playing
This
in
is
the
fun.
background.
Yep.
I'm in danger.
No, this is fun.
This is fun. Before we get into the episode, some really quick announcements. If you have not done so already, make sure you check out us on all of our social platforms. And as I've said before, I know I was a bit hesitant to upload on the shorter platforms due to decisions being made in the Supreme Courts and powers that be, but I decided that I'm not going to let them rule how I decide our content is released because everyone deserves to laugh and have fun. So beginning tomorrow, you'll be seeing regularly released content on our TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram in those lovely shorts that get that dopamine going. Because I know I love those things too. I'm not the only one that gets lost in like those shorts, right? Like, hi, my name is Brandon. I get lost in YouTube shorts.
I do that on Instagram Reels, actually.
That's you. Instagram for you? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it's TikTok for me.
It's TikTok for you. It's both. Kind of depends like what catches me. Like my buddy, he'll send me something on like TikTok, and I'm like, oh, that's funny D&D thing, and then swipe. Next I know it's like an hour later. I'm like, oh, I should do something.
Yes.
Beyond from that, we do have our two Discords. We have our main Discord, Player Hater Gaming, which is main purpose is just to share memes, talk life, and it's just kind of a place for the community to be together. Now, if you want a place to learn how to play Dungeons and Dragons, we have a place for you in the Lands of Ashurma Discord server. It is a text-based West Marches style. Would you consider it like I guess you could say it's a tabletop Discord. Is that pretty accurate there?
Oh yeah.
I'd say so, yeah. Let's make sure I use the right terminology for it. I'm not used to doing this. David does it, and he is not here, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a great place to learn how to play D&D. It's a great place to play D&D over a text-based server. There is text-based, there is voice. There's a lot of great ways to enjoy this lovely game. All of us love to play. Beyond from that, I have a special announcement for Sunday. Speaking of Mr. David, he will be running our Sunday game for a very special one-shot to where we'll be using our very first March Patreon one-shot to kind of, one, have a ton of fun playing D&D, and also kind of show everybody what our Patreon is all about and how easy it is to be a part of our Patreon, subscribe to that tier, and get that monthly one-shot, which, by the way, goes live in 2 days for this one, and it's going to be an absolute blast. I'm not going to give anything away, no spoilers, but a lot of fun.
I have a question, actually.
What's that?
Are you going to be cosplaying? Because you're wearing a maid outfit. Is your character a maid cat girl?
You know what?
Yes,
I might do that. That might be a thing. But yes, the cosplay outfit for getting the goal. Thank you, Kelby and Megan, for helping us hit that goal. It is. I just checked Amazon before I went live. I was like, oh gosh, shit, what's going to be here? It was supposed to be here today. Obviously, as you can see, it's not here. It will be here tomorrow, roughly 8 o'clock Central Time. So I will make a waifu character for Sunday.
I think you should. It's a one shot. You might as
The
well.
one shot. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll figure something out. Maybe I'll play like the funny like trope like barbarian waifu.
Listen, I have one rule for you.
Oh, what's that?
If it is a female, your chest must obey the laws of gravity.
Oh dear. I'll figure it out.
That is my only gripe with all of this crap is that
I'll figure it out.
boobs have gravity, okay?
They do.
Am I missing any announcements? Is that it?
I believe so.
Okay. Well then, let's go ahead and get into tonight's episode. As we return to our Tales of the Skytorn, we have watched as this group of 4 individuals have come together, made a small name for themselves over a investigation of Sky Shark's attacks, turning that into the local authorities under the table, scouted for such skills to take a trip across the Cloud Ocean to tag along, spy on, gather intel, whatever terminology you want to use. They were asked to pose as grizzled Cloud Ocean sailors, which they were able to pull off with the help of Drakix and his fantastic background and his history. Through their travels on the Cloud Ocean, however, things were not as they seemed, for as they found themselves walking and waking within the dream realm on a rather frequent basis, finding themselves sometimes surrounded by... My light just turned brighter. I don't know why I didn't turn it on. The ring light up there, just so everybody knows, it is possessed, I promise you. You'll see it just go on and down, and I just need to get a new one. But anyways, some of these dreams, they would be surrounded by interesting, semi-corporeal, translucent, spectral figures, mostly of elven descent, as they come to figure out through languages they spoke and very good history checks.
Yeah.
As they traveled further, one of their companions was taken in this dream realm, cut from her physical form. Eva was left separated, having to delve in with the assistance of one of the individuals they were asked to spy, essentially. They were able to rescue her after a very, very tough battle and a interesting puzzle left behind. But with her back in her body, all of you have taken your rest. And I believe we left off with just shortly after you had woken up that day.
So we have taken long rest, right?
Physically, you have taken a long rest.
Cool.
Want to make sure I can take the points back. No.
Right.
I mean, I'm pretty well rested. I haven't done shit.
She slept for like who knows how long in her
I
realm.
burned quite a few spells getting her out. All right.
Must be nice.
Wizards.
But what would all of you like to do?
I believe I said at the end of last session, I was going to give Eva a full medical checkup to make sure she is okay.
You were. Roll a medicine check, please.
Will do.
As I flip through thousands of notes that I need to consolidate.
That is a 19.
19. You know, it will probably be intelligent of me to have the virtual tabletop open.
Yeah.
Generally helps.
Generally.
Yeah.
You can tell I definitely have done this before. At least one time. With a 19, you check her over physically, and she seems pretty fine. You know, there's a moment to kind of not remember how to like walk and use your body, but you know, when you wake up from that long of a resting period, it takes just a moment to kind of remember, okay, yep, all this. It's not like she's debilitated. You don't have like atrophy in your muscles. It's just takes a minute.
I would also give her the eye checkup as well, and that being that was the main thing that I found last time.
Her eyes have returned to normal.
Okay.
A bit spacey, more than usual, but a little spaced out.
But coherent.
Yes, from what you can tell, she is coherent and, for the most part, lively and back to herself.
Doctor, after he finishes the full checkup, he lets out a sigh. It's good to have you back, Eva.
Truly.
Give a nod.
How are you all feeling?
I mean, I feel okay.
Do you remember anything?
Right.
I remember being on the ship in the dream world and going through the door to try and help below decks, but after that, not really. Did I miss something?
You've been trapped in the dream realm for the last 2 days now.
All right. You were in some kind of a glass something or other, and we had to rescue you.
In the castle of a familiar entity.
Specifically connected to you, apparently.
Gives a nod. He is a slippery one.
Right. So truly, you don't remember anything.
No,
How odd.
I went through the door and now I'm here.
A
Are
few
you?
days later.
Are you guys okay?
Oh, we're fine. Or at least I am. I can't really speak for the doctor, but I am.
The doctor just kind of gives a slow nod, but looks over to Drackets and Drackets saved my life. Um,
Trackix has just kind of been sitting back for a minute, kind of scratching his neck a bit. Nods to you. Yeah, got pretty hairy there for a minute.
yeah. We also got very lucky after we were getting you out. I saw the man, the vampire, as we were leaving. He could have stopped us, but for some reason he didn't.
Yes, well, he's much like a cat. He enjoys playing with his food.
Seemed rather impressed and, I guess, curious. So
Hmm.
maybe that analogy fits better than I thought.
Well,
Well, for what it's worth, thanks. I like being alive and awake.
right. I should probably go tell the first mate that you're feeling better now. And,
At that point, Trackix will kind of sit up. I'll get it. Don't worry about it.
All right. Thank you.
Of course, and I'll also start making sure we don't get kicked out of here for not working.
Right.
Well, at least we've been doing it during your off shifts.
Yeah, we'll get back on our work schedules.
And then
Food first.
he'll head out.
Right. Food first, shall we?
Well, you two have to go get it. Well, actually, I can come with you, get my food, and bring it back.
Right, you can. Did you want company?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind it.
All right. Well, let's go get some food and bring it back then.
Okay. All of you are able to get a nice breakfast, and you enjoy it. Unless there's anything you want to accomplish, we can go ahead and close the time distance to Riz.
Question.
Go ahead.
When we go get breakfast, do I see standard?
I Actually, you would see him. You notice he's kind of
Uh,
off in his own little corner. Seems to be idly eating his food while reading.
Before I get my food, I'll head over to him and ask and let him know. Eva woke up. I did a full check,
Excellent.
and she's physically healthy.
Any idea what was keeping her unconscious? What illness befell her?
We're not quite sure.
Make
I
a
don't
deception
really
check
know.
for me.
Sure. 14.
Give me one hot
Sorry.
second to look at his stat block. Okay. He just kind of nods his head. Well, hopefully we figure it out. Don't need that going around. Do you
I
think
don't think
she
it was
should?
contagious.
You don't feel it's contagious?
I don't. I feel like if it was, me and the others would have caught it at the very least.
Right.
That's very true.
What I'm curious about is what caused it, or what was the initial action.
Did she eat anything strange, or
Nothing more
in
than
the
we
crow's
eat.
nest too long?
That may be it. Maybe the heat stroke or something. I don't know.
Okay. We'll just keep an eye on her. If it was a heat stroke, you know that thing can compound.
Yes, it gets gradually worse after your first instance of it.
All right. Well, if you need anything, I'll be probably mostly around here for the day.
Mm-hmm. Well, I better get my breakfast and I'll be heading back to the office. If you need me, you know where to find me.
Go right. He just kind of sips this whatever coffee you probably assume he having.
Mm-hmm. And Doc will go back to the others and get food and head back to the infirmary.
Okay. Eva, did you have something?
I did, based on my new feature.
True.
And it's actually really fitting that the doctor has helped me out a little bit.
Oh.
Heading back towards the infirmary, Eva stops because she hears something.
Doc would probably notice it pretty easily. And
Mm-hmm.
something wrong, Eva?
We don't have any pets aboard, do we?
Not that I'm aware of, but I have been on the run of the ship since we started. So, Red, do you know?
I haven't seen any, I don't believe.
You
I'm
don't hear that meowing?
No. No, I don't.
Red and Doctor, make perception checks for me.
Sure.
Okay.
No. He's asking for
No.
rolls in a D&D game.
How dare.
Ooh. That's an 8.
It's a whole 13.
You don't hear anything.
Yeah. Figured.
Thanks, DM.
Make me a roll because I know you're going to fail it. Let's go.
I will take the parts of breakfast that I can take with me, if there are any, and I'm going to try and follow this sound wherever it may lead me.
As you follow the sound throughout the ship, it seems to be moving erratically. And it doesn't make sense because you'll hear it like a and and then it won't move anywhere. And then almost an instant later, it sounds like 10, 20 feet away in a different direction. Go ahead and make me an animal handling check. And since you thought to bring food with you, make it an advantage.
Oh shit, that was for me, but sure. Make it an advantage. 13. Oh wait, no, sorry, 15.
15. And are you
Forgot my
going
modifier.
with the one you sent me?
Yes.
Okay. You, Red and Doctor, you guys gonna follow, or are you gonna let her go on her own adventure?
I'm not allowed to.
That's right. You have to go back. Red, what are you doing?
Mhm.
I'm going to make sure she's all right. She's hearing things and none of us are hearing.
Okay.
We just lost her for a little bit. I think I shall follow.
I tell her, Ed, you follow her. I'm not allowed to.
Right.
Just
Oh, okay. Right. This
let me
way.
know what you find.
Oh, absolutely.
After you follow Eva for a few minutes, you catch this hint. It's like a smell. Can't quite put your finger on it. It's something feral. No, that's not the right word. Something intriguing. It's less a scent of like food or vanilla, things like that. It's just it invokes a feeling within you. And then you watch as Eva kind of holds the food out a bit as you kind of hone in on it, Eva. And you see this tiny little ripple in the air as there's this like a shimmer. And then this small black cat-like creature just jumps out of the thin air and lands at Eva's feet.
Give me a second. Okay. I wanted to check its strength modifier just to see if there's a potential, but it's too small. Have you ever had to like grab a cat and you do so by pinning it to the floor?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's basically what I'm
All
going to
the
try and
time,
do to this
actually.
thing.
Okay.
Like, I'm going to put a hand on its shoulders and just press it into the ground so it can't run away.
Okay. With a 15, you're able to do so. With the animal handling, you're able to it as long as you keep the food coming, it seems to be pretty docile towards you so far.
Well, hello there, little one. When did you sneak on board? Do I know what this creature is? Have I
Make
seen it? Have I read about it?
history or arcana.
Red would want to know too.
Actually, with
Can Red see it?
you being a bard, scratch that. Make me a charisma check.
Just a check?
Just a check. Just charisma check.
No.
7. No, that's not right. Is it?
That's your saving
That would
throw?
be.
That might be your saving throw, yeah.
No, that's the right one, but my modifier is a +5. It gave me a +6, and I think that's because of the Jack of all trades feat.
Oh,
Oh,
that's all right.
yeah, that'd do it.
So that would be a 16, not a 17.
Okay. 16. You've definitely heard tales through song and dance of a creature that could displace the light around it, making it harder to hit. You've never seen
So
one,
I know what this.
but you're very certain you know what this is. You know it is of the Feywild, and you would garner a pretty good guess. It didn't sneak on. Something coaxed or called it here.
I'm just gonna keep feeding it as I look it over and just take in this creature that I've heard myths and tales about.
So it is considered a small creature, so it's still pretty.
Yes, it is a cub.
It's a cub of a displacer beast.
Ooh.
So it's still fairly sizable with 6 legs and 2 tentacles coming out of its back.
Already the size of a house cat.
Oh, yeah.
Red, you watch as Eva seems to tame and keep control of this odd looking black creature.
And she has no idea what it is.
History or Arcana?
Okay. That'd be a 12.
I'd say you've
What?
probably seen him. You know what? Actually, this makes sense. Given your previous jobs, you may have seen them at a distance being shipped around, but never up close.
I wonder how that little one got on here.
Familiar with the potential of this creature, I am going to try and gently pick it up and see if I can carry it in my arms if I keep feeding it.
Okay. I'd say we'll just hang on to your 15 for that one. Yeah, it's. You keep giving it food, it seems to be pretty happy just with the food.
I'll turn around, look at Red. Back to the infirmary.
Right.
And I will take this creature back with us.
Okay. Doctor, if you've just about finished your breakfast, the door opens.
I look over and see who's coming in because I didn't lock it this time.
You see Red steps in first, Eva shortly behind.
Ah, welcome back. And what is that? And Doctor's seeing what Eva is carrying at this point, probably.
Are you familiar, Doctor, with
Let's see. Am I
tails?
Let me see. Please hold while I roll.
Yes. Arcana would be my preferred check.
Okay.
Okay, hold on.
Oh my god.
That is.
Oh wait, that's on the 4.
Yeah, it's on the 4. It's tricky that way now.
Okay.
But that's still a 26.
26. Jesus. Yeah.
Plus
you
9.
have studied about these creatures. Let's see here. You studied about them during your research in trying to find different ways to potentially pull certain magical aspects from one creature onto an item.
Actually, this works out for me. I'm not even kidding. This actually might be pretty awesome, actually. You have a... When did
Eva just kind of gives the shrug of, even though she has a cat in one arm, she's going to try and just give a shrug of, it's just here. I don't know.
May I? Dot is gonna stand up and come over.
Make sure you keep food around. It's very hungry.
I imagine it has something left over.
I don't know. How much did you clean your plate?
I mean,
how hungry were you, Doctor?
That's a good question. I don't know. I guess given the way he eats his food, there probably isn't much left, actually.
Yeah.
You need to make an animal handling check or something?
To pass creature over? Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Because you are now transferring owners.
I'm not taking it from her.
Oh, okay. What are you trying to do?
I was going to pet it and see if I can get like if it's shedding any of its fur, and see if I can get a strand of fur from it.
Okay.
If it will let me. That's what I'm trying to see.
Okay. Yeah, roll on handling.
I say 19.
It doesn't bite you.
Yeah.
That's
Doesn't bite me.
always good.
Doesn't smush you between its tentacles.
Yeah.
That's again always good.
I've never had an opportunity to look at one of these up close.
I mean, I've heard tales. Of course, I know that there are adults, but
Mm.
a
It's
cub alone is,
odd.
yeah.
I figured we've been here. Been here 2 weeks. I figured I must have got here recently. I don't think it'd be something we would have already been transferring.
Not only that, but I mean, I assume by now we would have known if it was cargo.
I assume as well. It looks
So-
a bit red.
We're in the middle of the sky. How did this thing even get here?
It's just the place they're based. They shift between the physical and a more side dimension. We'll call it. Almost as if they teleport, if that makes sense. It's not quite teleporting, but it appears like it is. And
We should probably at least let somebody in charge know that this creature is on board. They are hunters. It is going to get hungry. But I would also make sure that this doesn't spread too far. Like me, I know this creature is well hunted.
yes, they are quite rare nowadays. I mean,
They are also quite valuable.
Anything from the Fae is quite valuable. I mean,
True.
I haven't heard any tale of anyone reaching the Fae in 200 years.
Going to sit meows
Just the
loudly.
meows in the background.
Yep.
That's why when
Very
his
honest fight.
when his cat started meowing, I'm like, yes, God sent.
It starts batting your hand for more food, Eva.
Yes, all right. Calm down.
Mm.
I'm gonna have to name this thing.
You tend to keep it.
I can't let it go. It's in the middle of nowhere. And it's
That's
going to
fair.
be hunted. It's a cub. It can't survive on its own.
I agree.
Its mother is not even close.
At least as far as we are aware, but
Hmm.
I'm going to hope she isn't.
What?
Good point. Good point.
Good. You see a ripple in the air behind the doctor.
Rex lights herself on fire.
Death comes for us all.
Phoenix is a bird. Displacer Beast is a cat. This is not going to work well.
I mean, I have a beak. I'm just as much as the same situation as you are.
Yeah, fair.
Let me go see if I can find the first mate, or preferably the captain.
You
And,
need his approval, probably, but
I don't think he has a choice in the matter, dear. It's stuck on his ship.
regardless of being stuck on his ship, it's approval to keep it. He might want
What
to
are we going to
take
do?
it.
Throw it overboard?
Well, he might want to keep it and sell it himself.
Over my dead body.
On mine.
Hopefully, it doesn't come to that. How about this? If you go up top, Captain's not there. Talk to Navigator Hannah. I think she'd be more sympathetic to this and could help you persuade the captain, maybe, if you need.
I'll see who I can find. In the meantime, hands the cat to Red. Don't let it wander. Please don't let it wander.
She kind of wrinkles her nose uncomfortably. But fine.
And I will go see who I can find.
Okay.
You will be cat sitting in here, I guess.
Apparently.
I'm gonna take this moment to like study it, and this is how I'm gonna RP getting my new spell.
Okay. Eva, roll d20.
Yes, sir. E20. That's a natural 1.
Okay, it was evens or odds.
Gotcha.
You head up topside. You look around. You immediately notice Drakix just kind of helping work, get some things taken care of. And then you look up to the top of the ship, to where the helm is, and you see the first mate.
I will approach.
He turns and sees you. Oh, wow. You're walking.
Yes, thank you. My apologies. This ailment came out of nowhere.
It's okay. It's happened before.
No, and hopefully not again. It was not a fun experience.
I imagine not. Well, see, standard or the he starts like pantomiming the beak from the doctor.
The doctor has given me a clean bill of health. So
Good.
I will be returning to duty.
Works for me. Glad to see you're well.
I do need to speak with you about a different matter if you have a minute.
Certainly.
After waking up this morning, I seemed to have some I don't want to call it an auditory hallucination because it was real, but I followed the sounds of meowing for a good 15 minutes around the ship.
You see his face becomes visibly confused.
That only I could hear for some reason. I know. Please don't kill me yet. And it belongs to a displacer cub. And it has taken a sort of liking to me.
Does he even know what that is?
Good question.
Very good question.
He's heard of him. On this ship.
Yes, sir.
Interesting. That was not on the inventory.
I don't believe it was intentionally placed on the ship, sir. It seems to have been, well, displaced from the Feywild.
He gets kind of a chuckle. He gets a little bit of a chuckle out of that.
I obviously am not great with my knowledge of these creatures, but they are generally ones that keep hidden. So the fact that it's exposed itself and I am not dead means that its mother is probably not around. So I assume that something happened to sort of shunt it into our plane, if that makes sense.
Is it gonna eat anybody?
As long as there is other food, it will do with what we have on board. It will not eat anybody. It is too small to cause serious harm.
Make a persuasion check.
Persuasion. Where is it? There it is. That's a 10.
Don't let it fucking eat anybody. He kind of points at you.
Would you mind just making sure that not too many people hear about this? It is a well sought after creature. And if it becomes bonded to me, well, let's just say that I will have to defend this creature should something come after it. And I'd rather not harm any of your crew.
You're with that same crew that came with the he starts
The Dragonborn.
He starts miming the beak again.
Yes, sir.
And the Dragonborn. He kind of looks over and he sees Drackix just working. Well, he's worked out pretty good. Your masked friend has done okay since his internment.
He was a little overzealous, and it backfired, and he understands. He is willing and accepting of his punishment.
Keep that thing out of sight. Maybe we didn't have this conversation.
Don't know what you're talking about, sir. Thank you very much.
I've only got to deal with you alls for another week or two.
We'll try and keep it as smooth sailing as possible.
Much
Pun
appreciated.
intended. I will give him a slight bow and head back.
And as you leave, you can see he just kind of picks up a compass and starts going over the map again.
All right.
Okay. Unless there's any other business, we can move on to arriving at Riz. Okay.
Yeah, that's good.
Just wanted to make sure. Want to put it out there before I move on.
Yeah.
The next few weeks passes, for the most part, without issue. Eva, you're able to keep your secret. Doctor, you serve out the rest of your time.
Yeah. During my sentence, can I be working on that sending stone?
Sure. Make another intelligence check for me. Yeah, intelligence check.
Okay.
Just so everyone is aware, including chat,
14.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
the cub's name is Twilight, and its nickname that I'm going to be calling it by is Twilly.
Oh. Let me write that down so I don't forget it. And then I'm also going to hit it with the highlighter. There we go. Handled. The morning arrives. The night before, each of you are told which ship you'll be going to. And you will be hopping over to the... This would be the ship that you would known as the day prior to this. You were walked around and kind of pointed over to the ship that's been on the left flank of this main ship, this entire travel. It is known as the Cloud Cutter.
When are we at the dock at this point? Are we docking at this point, I should say?
Not yet. This is just the day prior. Just giving you guys the information you need.
Okay. Okay. I have a question. I was going to ask someone on the ship before we got off.
Go ahead.
I don't know if I'm allowed to leave the room, so I'm trying to figure out how to get someone to tell them for me.
Oh, true.
Because I know Red won't do it, and I know Dracus is definitely not going to do it.
You have other resources. Just think about them.
Okay, when Stanner comes in the room,
There it is.
I'm going to ask him if he wouldn't mind sending a message to the female dignitary.
Yeah, Red wouldn't have done it.
You're right. Red would not have done that.
Yeah, neither would Dracux. And I don't want to send Eva over there yet. Not by herself, at least. I just simply ask Standard if he can pass along to her, if she's able to, that before we dock, I like to speak with her.
Okay. He passes on the message.
Okay.
Say early in the hours of the day that you were told you would arrive at Riz. Doctor, there's a knock at your door, which wakes you from your slumber.
I get up and go unlock the door and see who it is.
It is Joska.
Miss Joska, please come in.
She steps in with that word.
Can I get you some coffee?
No, I'm fine, but thank you. You wanted to speak with me?
Yes. You mentioned a couple weeks ago you knew about my island.
Yes, I heard of it. Tragedy, really.
Have you been?
Personally, no.
Yeah, Archipelago Ivory was a very lovely land and didn't have many. It was more isolated than other islands.
Which makes what
Oh,
happened to it that much more interesting.
Indeed. I was hoping that you would be willing to talk to me about what you know about what happened.
Well, I just remember hearing that there was a sudden outbreak. And, took a lot of lives with it.
Well, it wasn't any outbreak that I could find in common research. I am not quite sure what it is. Taking it, calling it something myself. I refer to it as the Passive syndrome.
Interesting.
Its symptoms are very interesting. They exhibit parasitic-like effects, but it's not a parasite. Once infected, one would show signs of black veins beginning to protrude from the base of the neck outwards, as well as commonly have flu and high fever symptoms at the first stage. Fortunately, no medicine would work on those stages, and the individuals would die from it, as their entire body is enveloped in black veins, and their skin turns pale toward the end. Didn't seem to matter what race you were. But that wasn't it. Once dead, within the next 24 hours, potentially, maybe even sooner. I've seen it happen almost instantly after death. But the body will rise again.
What is some sort of a zombie or an undead creature?
Precisely.
Interesting.
I've not encountered anything like it However, as I mentioned before, me and I only know of two others. I hadn't seen them since we left, but only three of us that I know survived. Don't know if I'm immune or not, though, but
So you're from those islands.
I was raised there, yes.
That is interesting.
I was hoping if Riz knows something, if there was someone I can get in touch with. I'm sure they would like to hear my story.
Well, be that as it may, there
I
is
understand the
not
laws.
many entered.
I understand.
But I can pass your story along.
I would appreciate it. If
Are you wearing your mask right now?
no, actually, he would not have worn his mask to bed.
Okay. You watch as she kind of studies you for a moment, almost peering at every detail of your face.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I can pass this along, and if something comes up, you'll hear. And she just kind of points to her temple.
Ah. Well, I look forward to hearing about it. But thank you for seeing me on such short notice.
Of course. Is that it?
That is all I wish to discuss with you.
Very well.
If you have anything you want to talk to me about, I'm more than free to answer.
No, just remember what I said the last time we spoke. And she
Okay.
leaves.
He nods and escorts her out of the room and shuts the door behind her.
Okay.
And then does his morning routine.
As the morning passes on, the calls from the early morning crow's nest begin to come down. Riz spotted, Riz spotted, Riz spotted, prepare to dock, prepare to dock. Shouted over all three ships. As Drakix quickly gets up, knowing the drill, begins heading topside to get everyone ready to board and port at Riz. As each of you go through your morning routines and you make your way topside, the sun has come up, and what sight before you? Two massive floating islands, conjoined by what you can see is three thick stone columns. No, that's not the right term. As you focus a bit more, each of you kind of look, I would say that probably the doctor probably see it first, I believe. Let me double check some things here. Actually, Dr. Eva, Red, y'all guys are pretty similar in your passives.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, you do. That makes it easy for me. But if you look, you realize it's not columns, they're walkways, they're bridges. There's, as far as it is away, you can just barely see little specks of people, carts. As the three ships begin to turn to the leftmost island, you can see now along the entire border of the island. You can see where you're at, the angle you're coming in. You are level with the cloud ocean. So it is difficult to see like an overhead view. You're not in a sky ship. You're in a ship designed to sail the cloud ocean. Skyships themselves are still rare. To be above the cloud ocean, to be above the islands, is still a rarity of wealth and opulence. The vision the three of you have is towering, tall, black metal and wood walls, 50, 60 feet high, surrounding the entire island. As you begin to make your way in, you can see there are stationary floating boulders large enough, just large enough to hold about 3 or 4 soldiers with ballista stationed on them. And even as you roll past, the ballista are trained on your ship. It's a little unnerving to, on one end, okay, we know we're making a delivery. We know we've brought things, whatever this tithe is that they were talking about. We know we've brought it. Why are they still aiming at us like they're going to murder us? But the ships make it in. You get to a dock that's a bit off to the far side, a little bit alone by itself. Also ready to receive as you are standing on the deck of the ship, getting everything ready, getting the cargo grates up and off. Everybody is all hands right now. You get closer as the ship comes in. And once the ship does dock, all of you kind of hear this kind of a locking mechanism sound that you've all have heard before. It's very similar to when the Weave Tech rail would be raised back to its heightened position and lock to the arcane railway that was above the ground. You hear that similar sound, knowing the ship has been docked and it's locked in. The 2 dignitaries come up and they just kind of oversee the unloading of the cargo. Everyone make me a perception check.
Okay.
That's
God damn it.
Okay.
I'm using a help dice on this one. Oh no, just because I want to get extra a lot. That's 19.
All right, 8 for the doctor.
And 10.
And 10.
I've been rolling really low. I just have really good modifiers for what you've been asking for.
I know, right?
It's frustrating.
Red, you're kind of watching dignitaries because you don't fucking trust them. You still think
No.
they should just be throat slit and thrown in the cloud ocean.
Yes.
But you watch as they begin to walk towards the front of the ship. And they get closer to the railing. Closer. And they're not stopping. They're not breaking stride. And then you watch as both of them just plant a foot up on the railing and they push off. To you, Red, you can see off of their backs, you see 2 spectral, almost like a waterfall burst of arcane energy as these ethereal wings just sprout from their backs. And this is where Eva and Doctor, they catch on as the 2 of them fly the distance to land itself. Not the docks, they go to land.
All right.
But isn't that nifty?
About an hour passes as all the cargo is unloaded.
I will assist Drakix if he needs help moving things, pulling things.
Oh yeah, everyone's working. It's going down.
Yeah.
The whole ship's getting it out. All the cargo. Gotta go.
First time Doc's been on board up top deck in a long time.
Yeah.
Let me rephrase that. I will attempt to help Drakix. -1.
It's a team effort. Everyone pitches in. It's fine. No roll needed.
Oh, good, because the roll would fail. None of us have
Yeah.
any plus to that at all.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Doc would probably, see them unloading. He'll look to the helm and see if like the captain, first mate, and Hannah are up there or not.
You see Hannah's not there.
Hmm.
You're not sure she's already slipped away because apparently they can fly. That's new.
Hmm.
Or if she's just not visible. But you do see the captain and first mate are busy having a discussion.
I'll wait for them to finish this discussion before I interrupt it.
Okay. Before the discussion ends, some cargo comes back on.
Mm.
And then there are chests brought up to the captain and the first mate. And they plop them down. And the captain looks at it, looks at the first mate. And then the captain turns and I imagine would see you almost immediately because you're probably not too far. You're not eavesdropping, but you're probably close by if I had to guess.
I'm on standby pretty much. Not too far from them. I also stand out from the crowd as is anyway. So
Yeah. Well,
Mimics beak.
he turns to face your direction. Do you grab his attention? Or do you let him continue to whatever he seems to be doing?
Can I try to insight what he's doing? Like if he's looking for someone specifically, or just trying to gauge what everyone's doing.
You can just, if you want to give it a moment before you grab his attention, when you know you're in his eyesight, he passes over you and he walks to the railing that separates the helm top from the regular lower level of the top deck.
Yeah.
All right. Everyone gather up. Get paid. Those of you staying to move on, stay. Those of you going back to Wingata, you know where you're going already. Then people just start lining up.
Doc would do as well.
Okay.
Oh, Red's absolutely lining up to get her money.
Okay. Each of you get a bag of 30 gold.
Yay!
Is he handing it out, or is the first mate handing out the money?
First mate's handing it out.
Okay. Once I get my bag, I'll head up to the helm and address the captain.
He sees you approach.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you're free from my ship at least.
I am. I want to apologize for my actions. But I did enjoy my stay on your ship, so thank you for letting me stay. Could have easily thrown me overboard.
You got that right.
But if you're ever in Wingata and need a doctor, I have an apothecary on the island, so I doubt you would come to me, but I will give you the offer, and I even give you a discount.
You're right. I'm not going to come see you.
I'm just being courteous. And with that, doctor would turn around and leave.
As you're walking away, he just goes, "You're fucking weird."
Says the giant.
Fucking magic users.
Why does this interaction remind me so much of what Red would say to the dignitaries?
Hey, we each had our own arrivals on the ship. You guys had dignitaries. I had the captain.
All right. Let's see here. Who would it be? Let's roll a d4 to find out who it's going to be. Where are my d4s? There you are.
Spicy.
4. Okay. Doctor,
Okay.
as you are walking down the ship, you feel someone tap your shoulder.
I turn to look at it, whoever did it.
It is one of your fellow shipmates, someone you don't know who their name is. They're just this lanky individual who was pretty much, for lack of a better term, like a powder monkey. Like, they didn't really do a whole lot at all because they knew they wouldn't have to, so they love their job.
Mhm.
You're yep, definitely you, the guy with the weird mask. Here, this is for you. And he hands you a note.
I'll take the note. Thank you.
No problem. The big guy with the scales told me to give it to you.
Oh. Doc's going to open it up and read it.
You read it. It is rapidly scribbled. Just 4 words. I have an inn. And then just signed with the letter D.
Okay. Let's see. I know. Okay. Doc will take the letter. He'll fold it up, put it into his bag, and he'll be on the dock waiting for Eva and Red.
Okay. Eva and Red, once everything is unloaded, the two of you are given your bag of 30 gold and dismissed, and I would say escorted off the ship, but it's becoming apparent.
Pretty much.
It's becoming apparent that this is a cargo ship. They were commissioned for this job. Cargo's gone. We're not moving. We're not making money. Get off. They don't say that.
They don't need to.
It's implied.
It's implied.
Straight magic users on an anti-magic hater ship,
Yeah. Although I don't think any of them saw my magic.
You're right.
You don't need to push. We're going.
Doc will see them and kind of wave them over. I guess we should head over to our new ship.
And how close? I want to make sure I phrase this correctly. What's the distance between the ship that we just got off of, the chaser, and the ship we'll be getting onto, the cutter?
It is on the other side of this dock. There's 2 sides. One for like heavy cargo unloading and loading, and the other side was where the cloud cutter docked. The other ship,
so it's pretty close.
Yeah, the other ship is still out on the cloud ocean. There was no need for it to come in because it was already it was already staffed properly.
Gotcha.
The cloud cutter was given specific lighter staff because they were informed some members probably going from the chaser to the cutter.
All right. Shall we?
I suppose.
Yes.
As you are heading over, Red, you get fucking shoulder checked by somebody.
Excuse me?
Megan, like to describe your character for us, please.
Yeah.
Yes.
She
Go ahead.
it is a tall woman. She has a smattering of like red and blue paint, you think, across her face. She has long white hair. Her clothes are very ragged. She has like spikes coming out of her hair. As she puts her hands up, her eyes wide, like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
It's not
Where?
like I'm small.
I mean, you're a bit small compared to me.
Mm,
Oh my god, that artwork is fucking awesome.
Oh, yeah.
So, you wouldn't happen to know of any ship going back to Wangata, maybe?
right. I'm going to be on a ship with you. Follow me.
Thank you. and
Doc,
she'll
Who let this
follow
guy
along.
be a DM?
Doc's just gonna look at this new person like he's not the only one who stands out now.
Okay. Well, the four of you make your way to the other side of the dock, and you head to essentially like a speed cruiser ship. It's definitely designed for slimmer, quicker travel. It is not the cargo ship you were just on.
That was like a full size gallon we were
Oh,
on,
yeah.
right? This is like
Oh,
a
yeah.
this is a cutter, a quick.
Oh, 100% yes.
Gotcha.
Well, at least this one won't take so long.
No,
How
but it's
long-
going to be quite cozy
At least I can walk around the ship.
for now.
I doubt these people are going to be as anti-magic as the other captain.
Perhaps we rein it in, just in case.
I doubt they would be hostile to us.
Also, I don't think reining it in is an option with Twilly around.
Right.
She has a point. We do tend to stand out with me and Tweely.
And this one here. What did you say your name was?
I didn't, but Lovikizan?
God
You can
bless
call me
you.
San. I get that a lot.
Look at the
Yes.
sign.
Lovikizan.
Oh
You
my
can go
god,
to
that's
Lo
great.
or Zan or Lovikizan. Whatever, you can pronounce. That works.
Oh, I can pronounce all sorts of things. I just choose not to.
I can tell.
Right.
Cool.
So,
How long have you guys been traveling?
On the ship or in
I
general?
mean, I saw a lot of people, arrive at the docks today, and I came on a different ship, and I've been traveling for a few weeks now.
Oh,
Good to
well,
get off of it, maybe not of my own free will, but
we were on the chaser for a month.
a
But no.
month.
Mhm.
Oh wow.
And we'll be on the cutter, it seems, for an additional month to head back to Wengata.
I highly doubt this little thing will take an entire month.
Oh, well. Assuming the clouds let us.
Well, true enough, that I suppose.
You all from Wingata?
Hmm?
Are you all from Wingata, or?
More or less.
Not originally.
Okay. Do you mind if I just, follow the rest of you around? I'm not really sure on where I am, or, I
Well,
was just told to
right now
find a
you're in
ship and
right now you're in Riz.
Mm-hmm.
that's where I am. Okay.
How do you not know where you are?
I was told to get on this ship and then it would be connecting me to Wingata somehow,
And you didn't ask?
no. I was told there would be money, so I
Uh-huh.
just kind of got on the ship.
If someone told you to get in a box for money, would you do it?
Depending on how much money.
Lovely, I'm saving up. Let's continue on, please. Shall we? Ship going?
I'm so happy right now.
Eva's gonna look back at the doctor as the other two board. And she just says, "Well, I think we're going to have quite the journey."
Yes, I need to talk with you and Rad when we get on board, privately.
Of course. That is if Red is not beating up this stranger.
As much as I'd like to see them fight, I don't think Red would start a fight right now.
I'm far more subtle than that. Give me some credit.
Well, let's go introduce ourselves to the captain or first mate.
Okay.
Oh, right, that's a thing. Yes.
You get on board.
Mm.
After all of you get on, the gangplank is pulled in.
Looks over her shoulder. All right then.
We're certain this is the correct one, yes?
Yeah, it's the right one. I guess
It's the one they told us to.
they were informed about us, so.
Mm.
Doc would look around and see if there's any like symbols of Wingata or anything.
It does have 2 banners, kind of the longer, thinner ones with the Cerulean Castle symbol upon it.
Doc would gesture to the 2 banners, and I believe this is our ship, anyways. So.
Man, we don't even get to go stretch our legs. Fucking Riz.
Well,
We're on the ground for 2 minutes.
yeah.
You could always sneak in if you wanted to.
I don't want to get shot, thank you.
I don't have the stealth for that. It's hard to. I stand out too much for that, mainly.
Invisibility was an option. I chose poorly.
Same, actually.
Love it. Okay. As the 4 of you begin to find your way to where the helm is, you notice the ship begins to take off and depart from Riz.
Seems they're just as much wanting to get back as fast as we are.
That's not possible.
Actually, it's probably
Most
stronger
likely.
on their side.
Yeah.
Mm.
Wingata and Riz are amicable, but that doesn't mean they get along. From the sound of it,
You got that fucking right, lass.
nobody. And she just stops mid word.
You look around. You can see not far from you. There's this gnome just hanging out. He's leaning against a railing. He's got like this wad of something in his lip. He's chewing on it. Fucking Riz. Fuck them all. And he fucking spits off the side of the railing.
Oh, lovely. Should we find our rooms, maybe?
Yeah, we heard there was 4 yes coming, so as soon as we saw 4, we fucking pulled it up and took off. My name's Old Jet, first mate. Need something? Don't ask me. Rooms are down
Right,
below. Pick a place. About 3 weeks, 2.5-ish. We'll be home.
See, far less than a month.
Kind of turn and look for Drakix. Is this normal?
Drakix
was gonna ask.
is nowhere to be found.
I wasn't part of the 4, but there's 4.
Doc just looked at Eva and read, it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get our rooms.
Right. Rooms downstairs. Let's go.
Yeah.
Eva singles out that gnome before she leaves. I'll be back. We're going to have a talk, sir. You are awesome.
I know. And he fucking gets off and scampers off to where fuck first mate do he's gonna do.
Is it the same like rooms as like the other one, where it's just everyone shares the bunks and stuff like that?
This one is, instead of being one open place, it seems to definitely be a little more designed for some semblance of comfort. Each room has 4 bunks, but think submarine style. It's cozy.
Yeah.
But we have our own room, basically.
Yeah, essentially, yeah.
Aside from one.
Well, Doc would look to our new friend and look at the bunks.
I call top bunk.
Are you going to fit?
I
Wait.
can make
Out of
myself fit.
character. How freaking big is this person?
she is buff. She's probably
Oh,
over. She's Brandon tall.
6'4"?
right.
So
Cool.
she's about a 6'4" female, just fucking jacked.
Yes.
And these are bunk beds, so they're probably no bigger than twin beds. So
Yes.
you
if
are.
think
She'll be
anyone is
sleeping on her
compromised.
side.
If you
Curled in the fetal position.
Curled up.
100%.
If you think anyone is sleeping under you, you've got another thing coming. I don't want you crashing down on my head in the middle of the night. You get a bottom.
Red, go
know.
take the other top bunk. It's fine.
I don't want her squashing you
They're,
either.
they're sturdy. And she'll like grab it and shake it a little bit.
Does it
They're
creak?
sturdy.
Yeah, uh-huh.
It moves. Make a strength check.
Just
I have an idea. If she breaks it, I have an idea.
only 11. She wasn't trying
It
to break it.
moves, but it doesn't like rattle. The whole thing as one piece nudges a little bit.
And that was you not trying.
Yes.
Imagine having a nightmare in the middle of the night and you kick out and suddenly smack one of these pillars.
I don't usually get those nightmares.
And I'm just supposed to take your word for it.
Red, I believe you're being
Yes.
overly hostile to someone we just met.
Actually,
Oh, your name's Red?
you would
Oh.
be foreign to this concept of nightmare.
Oh, really?
Yes, I know. I do not know what they are anyways, so I usually just go comatose. Don't move.
Doc will switch dialect and go into Celestial.
Mm.
Red, I believe it's best not to antagonize someone we just met, especially if we're sharing a room with them for 2 to 3 weeks.
But I don't want to share a room with them.
I don't think we have a choice.
San, do you speak Celestial?
No. You're lucky.
That shit would
I
have
took
been
the
hilarious.
I took the gamble.
I was thinking
Doc
about it,
totally
but
was
I'm
like,
like,
which one should I pick? Which one?
Well, I only share languages with Red. It's Celestial.
Mm-mm-mm.
No one else knows my other languages yet that I'm aware of, at least.
Okay. So, Zahn, as you are standing here, you begin to hear them speak in this very elegant, almost like choir-like voice.
Except it's furious.
Except it is
Yes.
there's this undertone of fury.
Yeah. She bumped into me and didn't even apologize.
I thought she did.
I might have been angry and missed it. I don't know.
You
But
probably did.
she bumped into me. I'm not small.
Is that what this is about?
Yes.
In the meantime, Eve was like, you take that top bunk, I'll sleep underneath you, Red can have this other one, and the doctor will sleep under her, and everything will be fine.
that would
Just-
be great.
Just
Cool.
let her get it out. We've been cooped up a bit.
I can
Still
see
in
that.
Celestial. Still in Celestial.
Mhm.
Why does she need a top bunk? Why? For what?
Is that a cat?
Dear
What is
God.
that?
So think of it this, Red. When she wakes up, she might hit her head every morning.
Oh, she actually does laugh at that. That wasn't just me.
Eva, you
Okay,
notice
fair.
there is audible noises coming from your pack.
And Zan is very interested in what that noise is.
Did we, and back to common, did we feed Tweely today?
I mean, I fed her breakfast, but
About lunch,
Been a
isn't
few
it?
hours.
yeah. Yes, hush, little one. She pulls out a snack and just shoves it in the pack.
You hear like purr chewing.
That is amazing.
I don't actually know what they should eat, so
Probably
Huh.
meat.
I assume it's like some sort of like jerky or something. It'll last.
I'm sure we can find something.
Zan is going to just plop down on the ground where she is and just start like meditating, but then she pulls out like some things and like places them in front of her, and she is doing the casting of speak with animals.
Oh no. Oh no.
Does
Okay.
Doc recognize what she's doing?
Make an Arcana check.
With pleasure.
Oh, God.
Oh shit.
That is a natural 20 for
Oh
29
my God.
total.
Natural 20. Yeah,
We're at
you
29, yeah, wow.
did you take the spell?
I did not. I do
So
not have
you
this spell.
haven't taken this spell, but as you're watching, it's interesting to learn a new form of casting because as you watch, she doesn't draw symbols. She doesn't really make arcane marks, but Meg, you can correct me if I'm wrong here, but I imagine that Zahn would probably pull out like bleached carved bones, polished stones,
100%. Yeah.
things like that. And she begins to essentially cast the bones and cast the stones, and she mutters some words, picks them up, does it again.
Yep. Exactly.
But as you listen to the pattern recognition in the words, Doctor, that's where you start to pick up on like, oh, you start picking up the elements of the spell, that is the spell itself, and separating, especially natural 20, I'll get this to you. You're able to separate the arcane from the lore influence, the culture influence.
Okay.
And you pick it up.
Oh,
Now,
that might actually be
here's
useful.
the interesting part that I need to look up something.
It says beast.
Yeah. Beast.
I know they're fae. I don't know if they count as beast.
They are technically considered a beast. It is a small beast.
That is
It's
the small beast. I wonder if they changed that because the actual creature is a monstrosity.
Oh.
Yeah.
I
So
don't know.
we're gonna
So
go.
I'm using what David sent me, which is this Zargoth's tome of something rather.
Yep. We're gonna go with the monster manual. It's a monstrosity. It's just a small monstrosity.
Damn it.
It's a menace. That's what it's called.
So it's not.
Yes.
A menastrosity. As you finish casting your various bleached carved bones, polished stone, smoothed out like animal, like tips of animal tusk or fangs, probably a feather here or there, some incense powder.
Oh, yeah. At least.
You roll everything together and you can feel that familiar sensation of talking to other creatures wash over you. You have successfully cast a spell.
She'll look at Eva. Your friend, can I speak to it?
I don't know. Can you? She doesn't have the spell, so she has no idea what this person is.
Can I see the creature? I'd like to. You were wondering what it ate. I just want to, let you know what it likes to eat.
Doc, knowing what a displacer is and rolling that natural 20 and figuring out what she casted.
You may choose to disclose the information or stay silent.
In Celestial, Doc says she casts speak with animals, and she's going to try to talk to the cat and to Tweely, and she cannot do so. Tweely is not a beast.
This should be rich.
Yeah, Eva doesn't know Celestial, so that's just gibberish to her.
Yep.
And she's going to start pulling Twilly out of her backpack.
And what she pulls out, Zahn, is this full-grown house cat sized, miniaturized displacer beast cub with 6 legs and 2 tentacles coming off its back. And it has this bit of food just half chewed in its mouth.
Hello, friend. Friend. Oh. It liked the food that you gave it. Yes. More
Oh,
of that.
she's inciting this 100%.
Doc doesn't even need to roll insight.
Roll
He
an
knows.
insight check.
I'm guessing deception for
Well,
me.
are you trying to deceive them, or you're just unsure it's actually working?
I mean, she sees that the creature likes what it's eating. So
Okay, that's enough for me. I got it.
okay.
Roll an insight check, please.
I feel like Doc doesn't need to.
Oh, I not won that shit.
Holy shit, it's working. Were we wrong?
Doc stays confident in what he knows. He's just gonna let this play out the way it goes at this point. He's gonna go to his bunk and begin unpacking what he unpacks.
Okay.
So
Yes, it likes the food. You should maybe get more of it if you can. It seems to like chewing it. It's burrowing and eating, and yes, delicious.
Eva
Also,
gives
what are
her
your-
a little side eye.
What do I even call you all? I don't. You're red because hair. Bird and doctor. Interesting. Doctor it is. And you... She looks at Eva.
You
What
can
do
just
I
call
call
me
you?
Eva, dear.
Eva. Red, Eva, Doctor.
And Twilly.
It's really...
I
You know that
imagine-
the first letters of each of your names spell out her name and points to Red, right?
Oh, I'm very aware.
Okay, good.
Technically,
So-
mine's first letter's a T, but you know.
But do people call you the Doctor when talking
Yes.
to you like, hello, the Doctor?
Yes, most people do.
I
Okay,
do.
the Doctor.
I said most. I didn't say all.
Hmm.
True.
Have I seen in my stories, in my travels, anybody who looks like this person? Who looks like Zan?
But that's the same question.
Just appears to be
Like,
humanoid.
humanoid, do we not recognize the race?
I would say roll me a history check.
Cool.
And it will be a hefty DC.
Oh, I bet.
Natural 20 for 25.
Okay.
Jesus, Rob.
God damn it.
14.
Okay.
You're giving me the intelligence checks. It's what I do.
I know.
Yeah.
She's humanoid,
Gotcha.
Even for me, okay.
even for you.
That's fine with me.
We'll say
So I
for you,
recognize, like-
for you, Doctor, something does stick out for you.
Is it the markings?
It was the mention of the ignorance to the term nightmare.
Okay. What can I connect that to?
At this moment, no clue.
I'll jot it down in my note in Nosh.
Yes.
um,
She just awkwardly stands there. Did I hear you all wanted to have a conversation, or
Right, we did.
we needed to discuss some business we had on the other ship.
Actually, we should
Yes.
probably do that elsewhere. So if you would like to rest and just get yourself settled, you should go ahead. And Eva
I-
will drag Red and Doc out of the room.
Awkward.
Red is making sure she has her pack.
Okay. All your stuff or just the one bag?
The one important bag.
Got it. Okay. Just wanna make
Doc
sure.
will warn her. Careful if you touch my bag. You might burn yourself.
Why would I touch your bag?
Just giving you a heads up.
Thank you. If it falls over, I shall be careful.
Please do.
Will do.
I will take them topside and find either the bow or the stern, whichever is less populated.
Currently, now that everything is, the two ships are sailing essentially side by side, at a rapid pace. Actually, let's see. Let's do a weather check real quick. Where's my?
Oh no.
Ooh, that's good for you. Yeah, the wind's in your favor.
Okay.
So right now, this ship is staffed to where you're not needed.
Okay.
You are essentially hitching a free ride back.
Okay.
But you are able to find a space for you and your companions, Eva.
Turns to Red. First of all, rude, madam. She did
That's what I said.
apologize.
That's what I said.
She sits there just looking, nonplussed.
And then turns to Doc. So, you wanted to have a chat about something?
Yes, and Doc will reach into a pouch and pull out the note let from Dragic, and he will hand it over to Eva. Seems Dragic has found an opportunity for more information and took it.
Gotcha. That's why he didn't board with us.
Which is what allowed our little companion to board.
She got quite lucky.
Honestly, she looks kind of badass. I like the horns.
I'm just glad I'm not the only one who stands out anymore.
The only way I could stand out now is because I don't stand out like the rest of you.
Dear, you set yourself on fire. Let's be real.
Did I set myself on fire during that whole trip?
Yes, actually.
Once.
In the dream realm, not on deck.
It still counts. It was on the trip.
No, it does not. The point was, those around us weren't intent on me because I didn't set myself on fire in the middle of the ship.
Well, all I guess we can do is pray that Drap returns safely on his own.
He's skilled, so I imagine he will come back when he can.
Probably. He'd better.
But one more bit of business before I guess we settle in for the evening. Should probably share information since we hadn't had much opportunity to fully disclose our own theories and what they were transferring.
We never really found out, not 100%.
Well, fairly confident in what it is.
True. But how do you tell someone you're fairly confident? They can't move forward with something like that. I mean, they can, but it's foolish.
Well,
I mean, there wasn't honestly much more that we could do without getting ourselves thrown overboard, so they will
Yeah.
just have to make do with what we give them. And if it's not satisfactory, well, they can send someone else to try again. Good luck. It's fucking Reese. They're not getting through those walls.
I mean, fair.
Except maybe if they go invisible or something. I don't know.
well, I should probably mention that this morning, before everyone woke up and we docked, I spoke with the female dignitary.
And you didn't let anybody know?
It was a personal.
Right, but the least you could have done is say, this is what I'm doing this morning, just in case things go sideways.
It's hard
You'll
to do
know where
so
I
when
am
you're
and what
trapped in a
happened.
room.
It is quite hard when you're confined to the infirmary for a month.
Well, you found a way to get her to come to you. So you're going to tell me you couldn't find a way to get one of us information?
Well, Standard didn't come back.
All right, fair. I need to get off this ship. Ugh,
You're getting a little stir crazy, Red.
I am.
Afraid cabin
Oh.
fever is not something I can treat.
I would say be careful what you wish for, considering where I just came from, but, an escape is always nice.
True. At least we won't be on this one that long. Anyway, sorry to interrupt. Continue. You talked to her, and what did she say?
Well, she's going to get back with me, actually. In regards to what we talked about, but I feel like I may or may not have made a friend.
Well, let's call it an ally for the time being. I'm not sure I would go so far as to say friend. Her allegiance is still with Reese.
Of course.
And her companion, who, lest you forget, wanted to kill one of our party members.
I have not forgotten, but you may have forgotten she's the level-headed one of the two and kept him in line. And he seemed more concerned about what she said than what he could do.
Maybe
Therefore,
she has rank or authority on him.
Exactly. Therefore, she may be the better one. She was a better one to talk to. Not only that, but she was also probably the most willing one to talk.
Well, I
If
don't
that
think
actually
it
meant me
was
at all.
I don't think it was necessarily a bad idea, but whatever she returns to you needs to be taken with a grain of salt.
I understand.
Because there's a very good possibility that anything that she returns to you could be misleading or just outright false.
It would be a mistake on their part to mislead me about what the topic is.
They don't know that.
I think they do now, understanding what the topic actually is and what happened. She's going to find someone who knows more, as well as someone who's been there. And
Wait, someone who's been there or someone who
apparently
survived?
Well, being that I'm the one who survived here, apparently Reese knew about what happened to my island, and it had someone. So that means someone had to have gone there to get the information.
Gotcha.
So someone
Investigative purposes, not witness accounts.
Exactly. They weren't aware of the undead portion of it. At least
Oh
he
yeah,
wasn't.
that's right. That was a thing.
Yes.
Right.
Zombies. Yay.
Yes. Well, we fight them every night. You are in my dreams. But with that said, it seems that they may know something about what happened. And like we figured out, I have a theory that what happened below the clouds is the source of it, which is also tied into the spirit of the elves, which we also think are using as fuel to keep magic afloat. And being what we discovered in the vampire's castle, that's probably the most likely thing that's happening.
Eva just blinks.
Oh, that's right. I hadn't filled you in on that. The souls of the elves were infused in the entire castle, basically. Every bit of it was magic, and they were the source of it, basically being used as batteries. And the statues that held you prisoner were an amalgamation of multiple elf spirits formed into one statue, which were containers, basically.
the blue eyes flash red a few times
Hmm.
before she regains control of herself.
Yeah, I expected as much, but I believe that is what is inside the crate. That is my running theory, at least.
So, what is it that we need to compile to send back to your captain friend, Red? How much do we want him to know?
Because this clearly is information that the higher ups of Riz and Ngata both know of. Or else this trade couldn't have happened.
Well,
This information could get our captain friend in trouble just for knowing.
he's smart enough to keep it to himself if it would get him in trouble. He asked us to bring back information. We're bringing back information.
All of it?
Now, I think we can leave the part of my island out of it.
Probably. That's yours to tell, not mine.
Best not to tell those who don't already know.
That's
Don't want
fine.
to start a panic.
I understand that you keep your notes, Doctor, but I would recommend that we just keep this information on the down low going forward until we get to contact him again.
Speaking of my notes, my new ally did mention that my native tongue is a dead language.
Ooh, that means mine isn't the only one. We
Well,
can be such good friends now.
There's only 3 of us who speak it now, apparently. So, if the 2 of you wish, I can teach you it. So, at the very least, we have something we can all communicate in that no
Are
one
you
else
still
can.
learning Elvish?
Red was teaching Drakics, actually, not me.
There was.
Oh, Drakics, my apologies.
But seems that others know Elvish more than we thought. So, maybe.
I think it could benefit both ways.
I believe so. But if we want to have a language that only the 3 of us can communicate in and no one else, I believe my tongue might be the better option.
Right. I'm saying we do both, is what I'm saying. Because the spirits speak Elvish, and you wouldn't be able to understand them.
This is true. How about
So
this? We
we
spend the
both
next.
teach.
How about we do so on the trip back and see how
Right.
much and see how far we get. And anyways, when we get back, once you 2 are welcome to come visit the apothecary anytime.
I imagine the captain will find more things for us to do.
I imagine so, especially with how successful and the fact we have Drakics potentially coming back with even more information.
Sounds like a good way to spend 2.5 weeks.
Agreed.
Right.
Probably ask our new bunkmate about a bit more about herself, at the very least. Don't be spending.
Eva just pictures Zan passively learning languages as they're studying in their bunks.
And yeah, and Doc will also teach you I will also teach you how to read in my tongue. So that way, if in case I'm not around and my notes happen to be, either of you can at least translate it.
All right. Probably wise.
Well, unless you 2 have anything else you want to bring up, I think that's all I have to discuss.
That's the only thing that requires privacy. We should probably find more food for your little friend, though, Eva.
Agreed.
This creature is going to be the death of me. Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I can't not wait for the dog
Doctor.
to eat it. Yes.
Roll a d20.
A T20.
Oh, jeez.
Okay. Cool.
and apply your modifier.
Is it the same one still?
Oh yeah, hasn't
I believe-
changed.
Okay. 15.
Okay. $15 total.
Yeah. Subtracting the modifier.
Okay. Okay. Go on, you're good.
That's
Okay.
terrifying, but sure.
I know what it was for, sir. I can't wait for your daughter to find a new pet. As well, the puppy.
Yeah, we will definitely be laying down some play rules between those two. Don't need the puppy being devoured by a displacer cub.
Agreed. That would be quite traumatic.
All right. So you
I
guys
mean,
gonna head back to the room?
mess hall, then room.
Mess hall, then room. Okay.
Right.
Zahn, what have you been doing?
She's probably just like, oh yeah, get yourself settled and all that. She probably just took off her bag and just slung it on the bed and was like, done. Now what? Just kind of standing there. Okay, I'm done. She'll probably just, take out her great axe and sit and just sharpen it.
Sharpen the
yep,
great axe.
sharpen the great axe. It's probably more of like a meditation and like calm down. Like, okay,
Okay.
I'm going to my final destination. Yes, happy.
Okay. Well, with that, we're gonna
Yes.
take a quick break.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, break time. Because we're gonna have a whole stream tonight.
Snacks.
Snack time. That's right.
All the snacks.
All of you that have been hanging out, thank you so much for being here. And yeah, it's break time, which, as you all have learned, as my players have learned, that means it's snack time. I'm hungry, but I didn't want to cut off the role play, but I'm hungry. So we're gonna take a
Fair.
quick, we're gonna do a quick 10-minute break tonight, y'all. So I'm gonna put us on the be right back screen, and we'll see you in 10 minutes. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Thank you for checking out all of our fantastic, invigorating break screen. So hopefully you went and did what I asked. Got snacks. I definitely did. That's why we went for a 15-minute break instead of a 10-minute break, because I'm a fat kid.
Sure.
Says
Yes.
the skinniest person here.
Well,
Mm.
I eat like a fat kid.
High metabolism. That's all.
What did you have?
He gets them gains.
I had so I make these homemade protein bombs of old-fashioned oats, peanut butter, honey, walnut flour, and mini M&Ms.
Oh, that sounds delicious.
It is really good. And then I had like a handful of Cheez-Its. My diet is like an unrestricted 12-year-old.
Yeah. I'm currently having an energy drink because, yeah.
You're gonna go to bed like an hour?
Yeah, it does nothing for me.
Gosh. So anyways,
Then why have it?
I understand.
It's like just that like tiny little bit of boost that to make me get through the game. It's fine.
Got it.
Anywho, yes.
welcome back. So Zahn is busy meditating, aka doing the creepy barbarian thing where you stand there, smile, and sharpen your great axe.
Yep.
While Red, Eva, and Doctor went to go find lunch on this ship.
Yeah.
Without inviting their new friend, it's
Yep.
fine. Probably eats
What
more
else?
than them.
What else did you expect of Red?
I know.
Okay, then. It was the opposite of a meet cute.
The three of you get down to the kitchen area. Again, everything is much smaller on this ship. But you do eventually find the kitchen area, and there is a human individual with a bald head, a simple tunic with an apron and just like a simple pair of slacks as well. Like, that's, I don't know what term to use really, because I feel like I always say trousers, and everyone's like, that sounds very professional. Trousers. They're pants. Don't
British.
fuck over me.
It's just British. It's just British. They
Yeah.
say trousers, we say pants.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you see the individual back there just kind of working on probably working on what will be for dinner, as there's like a large pot on like a back of the stove, and they're stirring them occasionally, working a couple of other things. They're busy. They're also making food too.
Mhm.
Is there any particular spot that might have, like, just raw meat?
There is
Like-
no food currently out and around, but you do see a couple individuals just kind of munching on what seems to be some dried rations.
Okay. Can I spot a cook or just a
Yeah, the bald individual I described was the cook that you see
okay,
moving
okay.
around working.
I will approach him if he doesn't just fly past me.
And yeah, he is moving with a purpose. He is definitely, he's got a pot on the back he's working on. You can see he also has others, like he's topping things up randomly. At least randomly to you. Probably not randomly. But as he's kind of
Pardon
like,
me.
what? Yes, can I help you?
I understand
Wait,
you're
who are you?
busy. We just got on board. We're returning to Wingata.
Right. Did you check in with anybody?
First mate.
What's his name?
Gnome name, character knows, player doesn't.
It's an interesting name. I like it.
Perfect.
You saw the gnome.
Yes.
Okay. What do you need?
Do you happen to have any raw meat that you could spare?
Raw?
We have
Kinda
some unusual
looked at you
appetites,
weird.
unfortunately.
Great.
One of our companions is a dragonborn, and he likes to cook it himself. If you catch my drift, I'm gonna try and see if I can use truth to
Just
also
enough.
deceive him.
There's a fine line you're walking there.
It's true, kind
It
of.
is true.
It's half true because he's not a fire dragon.
Make a persuasion check.
Come on. 12.
You want to help diet?
No, I'm saving those. I'm afraid.
Yeah, he probably does have a modifier. So 11. Dragonborns. Hang on. And he turns around and opens a chest. And as soon as he opens it, just this cold wave just spills out.
Ah, freeze box.
And he grabs just this handful of a piece of a steak and slaps it on a plate and just sets it down. He's like, tell him don't burn my fucking plates.
Not a problem, sir. And I will give him, for his trouble, just 3 gold on the bar and take it.
Oh, obliged. Thank you.
No worries, sir. I
Anything
understand
else
that.
for the rest of you? And this whole time, he's like pointing with the
Yes.
knife.
How close to my beak does it get?
Not super close, but obviously closer because the beak.
Yeah, that's what I was asking.
Interesting headwear.
Right. We'll just take meals for the rest of us then.
We normally, what everyone else does.
Right.
Okay. He just he quickly just grabs, you want 3 plates or 1? Okay.
I'm eating. Fine.
Figures.
You have one big plate, sure.
And he sets down this huge saucer and just starts loading it up with like hardened cheeses, hard breads, hard tack, a couple of dried meats, dried fruits, and just hands it to Red.
Oh shit! How heavy is this thing?
You're okay. It's rough, but you're okay.
She's gonna use Mage Hand to help her out.
Okay.
Maybe if you had your strong friend there, they'd be able to carry it, but no.
Friend is a
Right?
strong word.
Yes, man.
There's a strong word for a strong friend.
Exactly.
Thank
So-
you, sir. Good luck with your meal.
Of course. And is he gonna come around for dinner? Or do I need to keep something aside?
I'd set something to the side, probably.
Great. Good night.
There's more where that came from. Referencing the gold.
Oh,
It's an unusual request, so
Just
paying
a
you
special
for your
request.
True.
Yeah.
all right then. And he just goes back to working on the knife.
We should take this back to our room.
Yes.
We should, yes. She's balancing like one side of it on her shoulder and the other side with Mage
With
Hand.
Mage Hand,
and her
okay.
own hand is in the middle. Yeah.
Make a charisma check.
Oh no.
shit. Okay, why? But why though?
Is your
Yeah,
spell?
I'm
Because why
Because
not?
it's your
Slapping
spellcasting
a thing on
modifier.
there.
Oof.
Cool. Oh, that's an 8.
8.
Yeah.
One though.
Eva and Doctor, you're watching. The Mage Hand is struggling. It's like actually flickering in and out.
Doc will actually just help.
Okay. You like the Doctor. You're watching. You're like, oh, that thing is gonna go.
Yeah. She can't concentrate on it while trying to strain this.
All right.
you
Thank you.
eventually get back to your room. Zahn, as you are sitting there, imagine cross-legged on the floor, just this hefty chunk of whetstone is in your beefy hand. Just
Mhm.
the door opens.
Oh, hello. She'll like gather up all the weapons that she's kind of scattered about the floor, sharpening all of them.
What is currently
weapons?
out and about on the floor
Yeah.
right now? I need to know.
So there's currently like 2 hand axes, like one on either side of her. She set out her quarter staff, which she doesn't sharpen, but maybe she's polished. She also has her 4 javelins kind of like organized and like she's maybe semi OCD and they're like perfectly aligned. Everything's even. And then she has her great axe, which has a larger like broadhead like on top, and it's a bit bigger than normal.
Okay, are the the wooden ends of the javelins that are so perfectly aligned, are they anywhere pointing towards Red's direction?
I imagine
Because I'm
Yeah.
gonna
I
have
would
her
imagine-
like brush her foot past it.
they would be leaned against the bed, so probably not.
Oh no, she has them all on the floor because
Oh,
she's
on the
sitting on the floor.
Okay.
They're all just like laid out
Oh, yeah.
perfectly, and
Mhm. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
they're not laid out perfectly anymore. Continue.
Red, you just come in to kick shit around?
Yes.
Oh my God. You're such a dick.
and as she just sits there, and her inner monologue is, "It's okay. They don't have to be perfectly aligned. You need to pick them up anyways. It's
Make a wisdom saving
fine."
throw.
Oh no,
Ah.
it's gonna
And
go.
to be honest, it wasn't like a full kick. She just brushes her foot past them to make sure they're not in line anymore.
Yeah, 14.
You're okay.
Okay.
You push through.
Good.
Mhm.
So I don't have to use your new
Yep.
spell yet.
Yes, she'll gather up her weapons and like toss them on her bed. Just like tuck everything in. I assume your talk went well then? Yes.
We brought back lunch.
I haven't had a decent meal in many, many weeks.
I wouldn't call this a decent meal, but
Is it frozen hard
downstairs.
jerky?
Go
Hard-
to the kitchens. You'll find some food.
Doc will share
Oh.
his portion with her.
God damn it. She can't go find her own food. She's a grown woman.
Red,
Yes.
remember what we talked about? You're being rude.
I'm trying
She
to help her get a full portion. Do you think she's
She-
going to be full off of half of someone's portion?
She
I mean-
apologized, and I assume she has her own to supplement with.
Yeah, I have rations that I can eat, and it's fine, really.
Look, let me put it bluntly. She's got a great axe, she's got hand axes, she's got javelins, and she's got a staff. I'd rather have her on my side so that she can kick the shit out of my enemies instead of kicking the shit out of me.
I wouldn't kick the shit out of you.
It's
You
fine.
seem very nice.
Is there like a desk, table, or anything?
Nope.
I
Just
didn't
a
think
bed.
so.
There's 4 beds, and then each bed has a very not deep drawer underneath it.
Okay, so here's what we're gonna do then. We're gonna
4
Oh,
mage
Doc-
hands.
no, I don't have mage hand
Surprise!
actually, so I'm going to pull out the drawer from my bottom bunk, and I'll use it as the table to set the platter on, and we can just gather around it.
Okay.
Just like 2 of us on the bed, 2 of us on the floor, and then there's a spot between the 2 on the floor for our Tweely.
Okay.
And I will give Tweely her raw food.
And before everyone digs in on our food, I'm going to use prestidigitation to make it taste better.
What do you make it taste like?
For Red's portion, I'm going to do cinnamon.
Red, your food has a slight cinnamon flavor to it.
Does she even notice?
Oh, yeah. Oh, actually, that's a
Okay.
great point.
Yeah, no, she wouldn't. It tastes like air, darling. Thank
Yeah,
you.
your nose and taste blind to cinnamon. I forgot about that.
Uh-huh. Yes, I am.
May have done it on purpose anyways.
You watch him wave his hand, you're like, oh, neat, increased food. Then you think in your head, he sucks at this spell.
And she uses her own prestidigitation spell.
Yeah, everyone else's food, it tastes more like, actually it's fresh bread, fresh cheese, and stuff
Okay.
like that.
Mhm.
So it's very contradicting to the actual texture.
Mhm.
Dan is going to try and be polite and let the rest of you 3 go first because she didn't go and gather the meal, and then she'll slowly start to dig in.
Then you get to see the doctor eat then, as he unbuckles his beak, and you see the front of his beak slide open, kind of droop downwards a bit, and he leans back and starts sliding food down his the beak.
Oh, by the way, also when you bumped into Red earlier, she smelled of cinnamon.
Mm.
Like just
And in this close
everywhere around
proximity,
her.
all of you are.
Mhm.
Well, cinnamon.
Yep, there
Yeah.
is a cinnamon candle in the middle of this room.
Yep. And her name is
Her
Red.
name is Red. I want a cinnamon candle now.
Right?
Should do it.
Yeah.
So, how long have you all been traveling together?
Overall, it's been a few months.
Working on 2 months, I believe.
Wow. Good friends then. Although I don't know if you left one of them behind then.
He stayed behind on his own choice.
Oh, okay, that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, he had business to take care of.
No, we just absolutely hated him and left him in Riz to suffer miserably.
I mean, some people do that to you. You know?
I'm afraid I owe the
At
man a
least the
debt.
ones that you don't
So.
behead.
I owe the man
No.
a debt, so I can't really afford to do that.
No, we let him go. He's quite handy at getting around, so he can take care of himself.
Good.
Somehow, even though he's a fucking massive creature, I don't understand how he gets away with it.
He was born on the clouds, remember?
No, I understand that, but like he's still a big creature. Size has to matter at some point. No offense to Zan.
Untaken.
You're here first, y'all. Size matters.
Damn right it does.
So, I heard that there's a quarry back in Bengata. Have any of you heard anything about it?
You're talking about the Rainbow Quarry, correct?
Yes, that's what I heard.
Isn't that dangerous?
I mean, it's a quarry.
hard. It's hard labor. Last thing I heard, but I'm trying. A player me. I'm recalling like a slight information of like last heard about it. Something about one of the mines drying up, basically.
Right.
You
I'm trying
did
to remember if
hear there
that's-
was concern for that.
Yeah.
Was from the town criers, I believe.
Mm-hmm. As well as the Green Scale's oldest.
Yes.
Oh, well, I hope they don't assign me there. Although I
You
don't
a
know if that
worker.
would be. Well, I heard that there was good money there, and I look for money wherever I go, really. And from what I've heard from my own people, that they say, you want money, you go there. So I go there.
It's a pretty well off place, so.
Do you have experience in mining?
Nope.
Do you have more experience with animals?
Little bit, yes.
You might find better work in the farms and
Probably.
They might not
help
pay
out.
us well, though.
No.
Well, I'm sure we can. I can put in a good word in with the. Trying to find a name. It's in my notes somewhere. uh, nope, I can't find it. It's not. I did not have
Shush,
these
all
notes.
of you.
No, it's okay, Finn. I prefer the quarry. It's more
Quiet?
labor intensive.
Mm.
What? Quiet?
The mine quiet. People are not talking. I mean, granted, you're smashing things, but
Exactly.
people are not talking.
I mean, true. No, it's a good place. I heard from people that it's a good place to make money and to get out aggression, and yes. So I go to Wingata for that
Well,
mostly.
if you need any medicine treatment or anything, you can come by my apothecary.
That would be great. Last time I tried to heal myself, I just kind of rolls up her sleeve. That's the word. It's late. Um, and shows like a burn mark. That's how I closed it up. It worked.
Can I take a look at that?
Medicine check.
Sure.
I said 23.
23. It's looks like she probably got either cut or bit by something and then just used something hot, metal,
Cauterized
and
it.
cauterize it shut.
Is there anything I can add to the treatment?
No, it's just long, scarred over.
Well, it's roughly done, but got the job done at least from the looks of it.
Doesn't need to be pretty.
Oh, don't want to do damage to the nerves in your arm, so you can't use it.
I mean, either that, I'll tie my axe to my hand if I lose feeling in it, and then I can just swing it every day, whenever. It's fine.
That's her final form. She just tapes leather straps the axe to her hand.
Yep.
DM, do we know how far away from the farmlands where the
Where the quarry is,
yes
it's on the other side of the island. As far as distance,
see you?
give me one moment. Let's see here. It's anywhere from, if you go straight as the crow flies, essentially, it's probably about 16 to 20 miles. But that's straight through. You're unsure if there's a straight through path.
Hours.
What was that?
Oh, I was saying it could potentially end up being hours if, like, you had to walk and you had to go the long way.
Oh, yeah.
That's kind of turned to Doc. If she has to come see you, it's a
The-
long way.
Well, the rails, I believe, connect up there.
Oh no, walking is fine. I've done it very long time.
Well, the rails aren't that expensive, at least the ones we take.
I mean, I would probably need to make money first, so walking is probably a better option for me. Oh, how did the rest of you meet? She says as she tears a piece of meat.
Well, Red saved me from being mugged, which was wonderful.
Right.
And then one of those guys ended up dead. So I'm not quite sure if that's something to celebrate, but
Not really.
Oh, they'll be like, oh yes, and nope. We're just gonna keep quiet.
They were misguided, but they were still people.
and then we happened to run into Doc as we were doing our business through the city.
Yeah.
Then we made a delivery to the apothecary and found two other people, one of whom is Doc here.
That's good.
Yeah. And then just got wrapped up in some other business, and we sold it together and kind of stuck together.
Apparently, we work really well as a group, which is surprising because most of us seem to have.
Issues?
I wasn't going to call them issues. I was just going to say we have difficulties.
Quirks.
Yes.
A lot of people I know have many quirks.
Let's
Or-
just say ours usually result in a lot more chaos than usual.
Chaos is fun though.
It is
Don't
until they're
disagree
trying.
with you.
See, you're becoming friends already.
She sends a death glare.
Eva just takes her two hands, makes a heart.
Zan takes like a second to figure it out, but does it too.
Red's eyes just widen.
I thought this was supposed to be Doc having a harem, not Red.
It's about to get very sapphic.
Somebody roll a d12.
You
Yes.
got it, dude.
Get it red. Get it red. Get it red.
Okay. That'd be an 8.
Okay.
We're all fucked. No, I'm just kidding.
The ship starts plummeting down past the clouds.
Red gets excited about that.
Doctor,
Yes.
Eva,
Uh-oh.
and Red.
Hmm?
The three of you hear the distant sounds of someone screaming.
What kind of scream?
Informative, direct, not panicked.
Okay. Sounds like it's above deck.
Yep.
Doc will look to everyone else. Sounds like something's going on up top. Want to check it out?
Let's go.
Red might be able to smack some people or set them on fire and get some of this aggression out.
You set
Fire.
people on fire.
Oh, even myself sometimes.
Her eyes go wide, like she's slightly amazed at that.
And this is why I say you should be a freaking goddess, dear. People should be worshipping you.
Luke.
Zan will pick up the tray fairly easily and just set it on one of the beds. Maybe tuck a few pieces of bread or cheese into her pockets and grab a thing of meat and her axe and head out.
Okay.
Probably leave Tweely down below and shut the door.
Tweely is happy chewing on the food provided.
Yeah. She'll be busy for a while.
We'll be busy for
Red is
a minute.
taking her. Unless there's like a lockable trunk here, her
There
pack is
is
coming with her.
not.
Cool. So her pack is coming with her.
Okay.
Got it.
As you head upstairs, the shouting becomes more clear. Island off the port!
Island?
Does she even know which way is port?
Make an intelligence check.
Oh, it's gonna go great, you guys. Oh!
Does
Not
she know
bad.
port is a direction? That's what I want to know.
Like,
That's
port?
that's not bad.
It's not bad. It's the only good roll she'll get for intelligence. this whole
16?
campaign.
Yeah, you've been on a ship the last few weeks. You understand port is left, starboard's right, and I'll even give you stern. It's the rear.
Well, shit. She will go to the proper side.
He is going ham.
He's having fun.
As you all get up and you look over the left side of the ship, off in the distance, you can see kind of like almost like emerging out of this oversized cloud, which isn't too uncommon on a cloud ocean. There are random, like, I wouldn't say like tidal waves, but up kicks and updrafts of the cloud, and then it settles back down. But almost like emerging slowly out of the cloud is a landmass. It's off in the distance. It's not a danger to the ships, but it is spotted off in the distance off the port side. Go ahead and give me perception checks.
All right. Hey, probably a good one.
Cool.
Nope.
That's a 10. Awesome.
And it makes sense why.
It's
As
23 for the doctor.
as you are all looking over it, Doctor, you notice something familiar about this island.
Familiar how?
The way the docks are shaped. The ruined, half-crumbled stonework buildings off the edge of it. The telltale ivory stonework.
If Doc had any skin showing, he would be all the color that he even had for a pale man that left him in the. I mean, like, no, I don't. He actually would. His legs buckle and he nearly falls over.
Okay.
Then we'll catch him.
All right. Easy enough to do.
Are you okay, friend?
My home.
Off in the distance, the island continues to rise as it takes what would be its usual proper elevation, just even or slightly above the cloud ocean, but still moving.
So last I remember checking, my island was nowhere close to Riz.
You're right, but you do know they all move.
True.
Tell them to go dock and so you can go back home for a bit.
There's nothing there for me.
I mean, there's always something in a place for somebody.
He hangs his head low and just.
Sometimes it's only bad memories.
Oh,
All of you
Nightmares.
feel the shift of the vessel you are on as it adjusts to miss this new emergence.
As we get, I mean, I assume we're going to get close to it, not like dock or hit it, but we're passing by it, right? Like we're gonna get closer to it.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Doc's just both hands on the railing, gripping as tight as he can as they do so.
Okay.
Do you need anything, Doc?
He replies in a language you don't know. You've heard him
We'll
speak
try
before.
We'll try and trigger this with Celestial. All right. Can I get anything for you? In Celestial, your reply, please.
He just shakes his head.
All right.
Eva, with your 19, as Doc's vision has blurred at this point, you do notice there's moving shapes. Humanoid shapes.
Would my perception allow me to see any detail as we get within passing distance?
I would say, because they're going to keep a wide berth still, the most you could get with that would be that from the stories you've heard, the movement does not match what you know. They don't seem to be shambling or jerky.
And would I be able to tell, and if not, it's fine, if the figures over there are, for lack of a better word, solid? Or are
I know where you're going.
these...
You think of specters?
Mm-hmm.
They appear to be solid.
Okay. I will tap Doc on the shoulder.
He will acknowledge it, but doesn't immediately reply.
I know you can see. You need to take a look.
He looks to the island.
And I will point out the figures that I can see.
Just seems to be probably about 2 or 3 individuals just going about perceived normal days.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing?
It's impossible.
That's what I thought.
Doc's immediately going up to the helm.
Okay. At the helm, there's a human male with this kind of thick jet black hair. And they are, I wouldn't say jacked, but they definitely have been around for a minute. They have a saber that is constantly at their left side and a bit of a scar that runs just on the outside of the left eye all the way down to the chin.
Mm-hmm.
You can see the gnome you met earlier not too far off, but you do see what you would guess to be the captain at the helm making adjustments and moving the ship to not get close at all. Like he is keeping a wide berth because this is different to him.
Doc's gonna come up to the captain, and the person he assumes is the captain. Captain,
Yeah.
can we dock?
Are you crazy? No.
There shouldn't be anyone on that island.
More reason not to go there.
It shouldn't be here near Riz. It's supposed to be on the other side.
Islands move.
This island's out of its loop. It should not be in this side of the chain. It's never come here before. I lived on an island for 35 years. Should not be here.
Make a persuasion check.
Do I get advantage? Not advantage, but I get my thing because this is technically would this going to be considered charting passage?
You already have passage. This would be adjusting.
Okay, I'm just asking because that is a natural 1.
Oof.
For a 1.
Kind of looks you over. Well, it's not part of my course. It's giving me the heebie-jeebies. We're not going there.
I need to go there.
You can stand away, or you can go there and I'll leave you there.
Fine with me. Leave me there.
Or maybe
What exactly?
Old Jet,
did you have
you got a
planned
live one.
there?
And the gnome turns and looks at you. All right. You want an island so bad? I'll take you.
Thank you.
And he walks you over to the edge of the boat. There is a single small raft-like contraption.
Mm-hmm. Doc looked to the rest of his party. I have to go.
Do you want us with you?
If you want to, I won't stop you. But I have to go.
We've been through a lot together. We should go.
I mean, I'm down.
Dan looks between everybody like, and she just puts her hand up like, I'll come too.
You might be needed.
Alright, I was
Okay.
going to leave it up to you, Doc, but you
I'm fine with all of you coming. I just need to go. He's gonna get on the raft.
Okay.
go get your packs and things from downstairs really quickly.
If you grab mine,
Right.
it's all in the bag.
I can help with that. She'll run down and grab everything.
Okay.
And Twilly too?
Okay.
As
Make an animal
Maybe.
handling check.
Oh no. It's gonna go great, you
Because
guys.
Twilly is currently happy and
Oh!
eating food.
And Zan just grabs another piece of meat and like
So you scoop up with your hand, you grab the meat, and with like your forearm, you scoop up Twilly. You
Yes.
pick both up.
Yep. Our first time handling animals.
I can't remember. Player cannot remember the name of the captain that we this is on from.
Never gave it.
Yeah, he did.
Wait, where you came from?
Yeah, from Mangata, the captain.
Oh, that one. That would
the guard
be. One moment.
Yeah,
Gallon.
Gallon. I'm going to write a note addressed to him. I'm going to hand it to a first mate. Give this to Guard Captain Gallon
Sure.
in Wingata once you get there, please. And just for brevity, it's basically saying we are on the island of the archipelago of Ivory. It is near Riz at the moment. It should not be here. Checking it out. Be back as soon as we can.
Okay.
For his trouble, I will also just. Well, I'm not even over there, but.
And then Doc will give him 10 gold.
Oh,
Oh,
doubled what I was
shit.
gonna do.
This is important to him.
You can see it's like halfway through, like just discarding a note. Oh yeah, absolutely. Oh, thank you. Jeez.
It's important. He
I
knows where
can
we're at.
tell. That 4 of you are led onto the raft by yourselves. There's only
Now, when
room
we're
for the
saying
for the 4 of you. He lowers it down, and as you get closer and closer to the cloud ocean, you begin to feel the resistance hit, and the raft floats just a few, probably about anywhere from half a foot to a foot within the clouds.
Can we figure out how to direct this thing?
There are 2 paddles.
Doc will grab one paddle and start trying to change the direction and
Okay.
head toward the island.
Dan will grab the other.
Okay. And they both of you to make strength checks.
It's better than I thought it'd be. 5.
Oh, no.
It's going to be a while for you guys to get there.
As long as we get there.
And the 2 ships, they just leave you. No questions asked. They take off.
Mm-hmm.
Were we supposed to tell them to wait?
They weren't going to.
I left the jerky on the bed.
It's fine. There's a food
Oh,
stock
you
here.
sound so sad.
The food stock here might still be good. So
Okay. Well,
But you said that there was nothing good on the island.
it should
So-
be.
Okay.
as the 4 of you head towards the supposed home of the doctor on your small little raft, we're going to close out tonight's episode.
Woot woot.
Wait.
Great job, everybody.
Yes.
Can't wait for next week now.
No, I can't either.
Sass
You
that
asshole.
Nick's brought. Holy shit.
I
Wait.
love it.
Baby Jesus.
This is amazing.
Oh, this is going to be good. Very happy to have a long-term guest player here, and maybe we'll just keep you once David comes back. We'll see.
Oh, that'll be fun. I think we'll get along.
Well, I had a lot of fun. To my table, thank you so very much. To all the viewers out there, we thank you so very much for tuning in and hanging out. Hopefully you enjoyed it, you had fun, And I look forward to seeing all of you Sunday in my proper attire. And that's all I'm
your
going to
proper
say.
attire.
That's all I'm going to say.
Make
I will
sure-
be
My
watching.
proper attire.
Make sure you don't miss it because
Don't
you'll
miss
win.
it. Gotta work on my voice for that one. A
You
very
do.
deep tone. I gotta raise it up a few octaves.
Yep.
Maybe some like honey and lemon or something.
There you go.
I don't know. I'll figure it out. But to all of you that helped us make that challenge happen, thank you very much. We do really appreciate it. As much as I know I'll have fun. It was gonna be a lot of fun.
Or even on any boat for one day.
I'll be fine. And plus, well, I don't know. I might have to use it more often because I bought a costume, so I have the costume now. So gotta use it somehow.
There's some skits you can do with it.
Maybe there'll be a return of it. Go buy a wig.
Yes.
But anyways,
Next level.
we had a lot of fun. I know I had a lot of fun. And that's all we really want to do is have fun and hopefully spread that fun. So until Sunday and next Wednesday, we hope you continue to have fun, grab your snacks, and just, be kind to each other. Good night, everybody.